freedom. Numbers 30. So number 30 is about the law of vows. And they're talking about vows. They're talking about keeping your words. So when they talk, they says when a man speaks, he must keep his word. So think about that when you are a man and you saying what you're going to do, how you're going to do. God is looking for you to keep your word. Because the only head covering is God. So when you say you're supposed to keep your word, you're supposed to keep your word. And think about the garden. That's why when the woman fell short, nothing happened. But when the man fell short, then he was held accountable. Why? Because he's held accountable to God. So when you keep your word, keep your word. So when you say up there at that altar, or you up in City Hall talking about I do, understand you said I do. And God is going to hold you accountable for saying that. And then he says about women got to keep their word too. But it's a little different because our head covering is our husband or the household of our father before God. So it says if a woman makes a vow and she's single and her father hears it and doesn't agree with it, he can say no, she's not going to keep that vow. He has say so over her. And the same thing as in if a woman is married, her husband, if he hears something that his wife said, he can say no, that's not going to happen because he is the head covering. But so remember the head covering of us. Now he says widows and divorced women, they don't have no man, so your direct head covering is God. And you need to know that you are accountable to the Lord. Everybody's accountable to the Lord and held accountable for what they do and the decisions that they make. And you got to keep your word. That's really what it comes down to. When you say something, you need to keep your word. And what I love about this is that your Father, your God, can look at the thing that you said and say, I'm sorry, that's not going to be happening. He can do that. And I know he's done that to many of our lives where you thought you was going to do something and go this direction. All of a sudden, boom, it went another direction because God has the last say-so. Remember that. God has the last say-so. So that's